If you've ever been on before, it should go back right back. Otherwise, there's no code. I'm sorry, there's no code. You just click on FEMA. Yeah, you're on, aren't you? Did you check your... Yeah. Okay. Yes. In fact, we got to start right on time. Yes, this is a PowerPoint. No, well, if you want, it's your Facebook page. Okay. Doesn't that look good? I do too. Okay. That's a little better. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We have like about 10 more people coming, but I'm just happy that everybody came out in the heat. Tina and I were talking as we were walking and saying there should be a heat day. Hey Linda, there should be a heat day just like there's a snow day in the north. Nope, it's too dangerous to go outside in this heat. Susan, I didn't know you were back. Hi. Okay, great. Well, anyway, welcome to Facebook for Business. And Mike's going to do most of the talking, but I'm going to have a little introduction. What I'm going to do is we're going to go around the room and we're going to each introduce ourselves. And then I'm going to talk very briefly about a Facebook page that I found. I posted it about 2 hours ago on Facebook. But I found it, and it's a great example of a small business doing Facebook successfully. And after that, Mike will be talking. So first, let's go around the room and just introduce yourself by saying your name and your business name. And then Mike would like you to say, what one thing would you like to learn about Facebook today? If you have one just brief thing you could say, because we're going to have to be pretty quick in our introduction. Let's go ahead and start back here. At the back. No, we'll start with Tina, because Tina's been here a while. What? Okay. Okay. So how to handle your notifications? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, there's plenty of spaces here. In fact, even up here, we've got two. Okay, go ahead, Carol. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully you'll have a lot of ideas after today. How about you, Phil? Okay. Perfect. Rebecca? You'd like what? Oh, from your mobile phone, how to post for your mobile phone. Okay. And you're new. Are you Phil and Sherry? Welcome. we're just doing some brief introductions. If you just say your name, your business, and what one thing you'd like to learn about Facebook today. Okay. All right. Jerry. Okay. Okay. What about you, Pam? Mm-hmm. It sounds like just improve in general. They're already doing a good job. How about you, Kathy? Welcome back. Okay. Paul. Okay. Let's see. Susan. Back from Kansas. Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. Linda. Mm-hmm. Okay. David. Okay. I'm going to write this down for my. Great. Maxine. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And then we have Brian back here. He's helping us out with our video. And of course, you all know Michael and me. We're going to go ahead and look at a success story. I think it's a great example of how a small business can use Facebook. And actually, I found this through Facebook. But they use it as an example because Dream Baskets, which is a small store in Illinois, had a natural disaster that kind of wiped out their building. And in 45 days, they used Facebook to bring people back and to actually help with the rebuilding of it. And so, like, their goals were, with their Facebook, they set two main goals: that they wanted to bring in-store traffic to their cafe, and also that they wanted to drive awareness about their business to local customers. And what the results were, as you can see right here, they were able to rebuild their business in 45 days by turning to their Facebook page to communicate with the community. They increased their foot traffic by 50% when they posted. It was directly associated when they posted about the products. And their products are both food items and gift items. And we're going to go to the page and kind of analyze it in a second. And they also built their fans to over 1,850. And that's how many supported their reopening. So they actually, what they did is, through Facebook, they went out and they involved the community. They drew them in. They got them invested in what they were doing to save their business. And so it was actually something that was a disaster that turned into a boon because they were able to use that to help promote their business. So I thought we'd go and look actually at hopefully here is their Facebook page. I thought we'd just kind of take a look at it and identify what is working on this page, and there are a few things that maybe we could criticize. So first of all, when you look at the branding, And the branding is great because here you've got a very enticing salad. This is one of their specials of the day. It draws you in. You want to eat it, especially right now at lunchtime. It's like very appealing. They've branded they have a very distinctive brand right here, this label. And you'll see that they bring it throughout their whole site. So I think as far as their branding, I think they've got great branding. I do think their logo is a little bit plain, but on the other hand, you remember it. So maybe I can't really criticize it. As far as content and visual engagement, they have, you'll go through here. I just, this is your Facebook, Mike? Okay, that's why my picture's showing. So you can see that they post very often. So 16 hours ago, yesterday, they post about what they're going to be serving when breakfast starts. They have lots of pictures on their site. One of my suggestions would be that they size their pictures better before they post them, because what happens is you click through here, a lot of them are cut off. So yeah, they're great pictures. These are products you can buy in their store, but you can't, it gets a little disjointed looking. So that's here I guess they sell these shoes too. My first reaction, I'd like to get all of your reactions, but just going through here for like the last week, do you see any people? Would it be a good idea to put some people in? Then when I went back a year, I did see more people because they posted a lot of their customers and staff. So if you go way back, here's some people. But I think there's a human interest of seeing the faces. We've talked about that before in here. It's a lot more engaging to actually see people and go, oh, is there anybody I know in that picture, or am I in that picture? So you stop and you look at it. So I would add more photos of pictures with people in them. The good thing about their content as you go through is that they talk a lot about local events in Harrisburg, Illinois. It sounds like it must. Does anybody know Harrisburg, Illinois? Okay, it sounds like it's a pretty small town. So anyway, they're bringing that all in, the holidays, the proms. If you go to this site, you put in Dream Baskets and go to it yourself and just go through it and see the types of things that they're putting in. So like here's a little girl party that they did. Here's another product that they have. It's a little bit disjointed because you think, oh, well, they've got food, they've got flip-flops, they've got cupcakes. What do they really sell? So what I would suggest is that there be a little more uniformity. Feedback. Well, they sell both. I would predict that they have more people walking in when they see food, because and then they sell to people. Yeah, that's what brings the people in, is the food. It kind of reminds me of Blue Willow. You go there for the food and sit down and eat, but then they've got all those little gifts and you end up buying something when you walk through. Yes. Well, let's look at it. Well, the name is Dream Basket, so I thought they were selling baskets. Now, right away, so yes, this is a very successful site. They're doing great with it. It's doing what they wanted to do. But as business people, let's look at this. Dream Baskets. Is that the best name? There's probably a history that she did baskets and was Dream Baskets and then grew into the store. And so she retained the brand. That's probably what happened, but we don't know. Yes, I'm going to go to the About. And I almost wrote to her and said, would you like to be online and watch us talk about your site? Because she doesn't talk. Susan's going. Let me read what it says. Gourmet specialty gift shopping cafe. At Dream Baskets, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 1:30, while shopping for specialty items that are unique and one of a kind. In addition, Dream Baskets offers gourmet baked goods daily. How would you improve that? Take the original logo, but enhance it. Yeah. Because it looks like a monogram. Yeah, update it. That's true. It's what happens to people. I've seen this with a lot of local businesses here in Tucson. You write your description, your business changes, and you don't go back. Don't remember to go back and change it. And that's probably what's happened here. But as Mike's going to talk about in just a minute, it's really important in your About section and in your post that you use your keywords, because you're still searchable. You still want to be found and known for those keywords. And Mike's going to talk a little more about that. Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the way the pictures go, there's pretty much 50-50 between gift items and food. Yes. Well, that's a big question. There's lots of ways. How would so you write? You're a writer. You don't take photographs. You're not an artist. So what your service is writing. But do you have pictures associated with it that you could put with samples of your writing? And usually, don't you have photographs to go along with them that you could post with your Facebook post? Does anybody have any suggestions? No. That's cute, yeah. Okay, so, I'm just about to wrap up, but here we're back in March 2012, and this is when they were rebuilding. So if you want later, just take time and go through this and see how they grew their lights through all this. But right here, it says, we have a roof. It's the little thing. So I don't even know I couldn't find what happened to this place, but maybe it was a tornado. But they put in a new roof. And if you'll see right here, there's 81 likes and 6 comments. Then another really great thing is when people make comments, they get right back to them. That's a problem if you have a page and you are posting a lot of good content and people are making comments and you're not then interacting with them, you've really lost a lot of the value right there. So that's a good thing. And then the last thing I'll say about this is that, I mean, this is one of my little pet peeves, but I wanted to see what their website was, so I went back to About. Here they are doing such a great job. It's the little things that can tell you. And if you go to this, now when I did this earlier, it did not connect to the website. Now it does. Okay. Good. They just corrected it. Mhm. And I'm going to predict that the reason they don't have any words or logos or taglines on their cover picture is because they change it a lot. That's probably why. But it would be nice. Mike, isn't there a way that you have a framework where you can put the new picture in, but you keep all of the verbiage you need? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I thought that was a good example of something to aspire to. And it's almost never perfect, right? Yeah.
And Pam, what is the correct pixel size? 400 by 500, 400 by 600. The important thing is you get the width right. 400 what? Alrighty, so we're going to move pretty rapidly. But I want to frame Facebook for you. Really, when you're beginning to think in terms of process on Facebook, it was funny, I had a conversation with somebody at a networking event yesterday, and he said, haven't you seen my posts? I've been posting quotes for the last year and a half, every day. I said, no, I haven't seen it, neither has anybody else. Because that's just a redundancy of content that people don't want to consume. I'm not saying a quote is bad. I'm saying Facebook is a relationship network. How does it feel? I always say to equate everything to where if you were in a room at a party with somebody, and if I were just throwing quotes at you, how would that be? It would be ridiculous, right? That's crazy. Facebook is the same way. That would be boring, redundant. You know, I don't want to. I'm running away from you. Well, people are running away from you, but it's actually, and I'll cover it very briefly, it actually happens within the algorithm of Facebook in that it automatically stops showing you that stuff because you no longer interact with it. So in Facebook, everything we do has to be relational. You have to think in terms of diversity of content and what is it that my target audience wants to consume that I can provide that would build engagement and build audience and get people talking. Now, you can go about that in some very abrasive and abusive ways that will get them talking for a week, but then they're out. You know, you can make them mad is what I'm saying. You could say very bad things, and people do that, and they try to get people, but then they're, you know, people get tired of that, and they just move on. So in a positive, relational kind of way, what can you do on Facebook to be very interactive, to be very engaging, and to build your audience? So they went through a process, and I've seen this play out, and I met with somebody here locally in town who's building a big mechanic garage. It's a big one. They moved from a little shop to a big shop. And I said, so how much of this process have you been documenting? None. So they already have these, fans who love to go there get their cars fixed, and they have no idea what the process is, what's happening, when's the move in, here's the new roof. So you could see some of that going on here. Hey, we got a roof. Hey, we got carpet. Hey, we got windows. Showing a picture of that, people with engagement and process, because people want to have a relationship with the business, not just see their stuff. So for you, you have to figure out, how do I give the people what they want, a relationship with me or with my brand, in such a way that's enticing and inviting and engaging, and gets them involved. So art, with Phil and Sherry, people always want to have a relationship with the artist. What is it that Phil's doing? What's his thought process when he's creating? Those different things. People are very eager to get that information. It can be the same about a brick and mortar in the process of getting to know you as a business, what you care about, what you're passionate about, what you devote your time to in nonprofit activities. That's the kind of thing that people are drawn to and want to get involved with. So, in a large community rebuilding environment, people love to hear that kind of story. They're rebuilding their building, all of those different things. People get excited about it and want to be involved in the process. They want to be involved in the process of story. So however you can craft the story and diverse. So I'm not saying, don't hear me say don't do quotes. Quotes are awesome. But just have quotes go out on Thursday. And then Friday is something else. And Monday is something else. And literally have a schedule for that so that you don't fall back into what they had fallen back into is a different rhythm of content more recently that isn't as good as what they were doing before. They've gotten busy, they've grown, whatever may have happened. If they had drawn out a schedule of what we do on Monday, what we do on Tuesday, what we do, they would stay in that rhythm and continue to provide the really great things that the consumers want to consume. So, everyone has a business page, right? We're not going to have time to create one today. Okay, awesome. Woo. Fill in your business information. And so we talked about this. This is really important. What one thing do you want to say about your company in a sentence? One single sentence. And do you also want to include the link to your website or maybe even a phone number there in that about? I like to start the about off with website or phone number, whichever you would prefer to be in contact with your consumers. What's the best gateway? Because again, average consumer on Facebook doesn't even know that there's stuff in behind here. You guys, you're active with it, you understand it, you're involved with it. Most of the folks don't even know to click the about, and there's all this information in behind there. So if you don't say it right here, you're probably going to miss out on an opportunity to connect. So maybe it's a link to your online shopping cart, your store, whatever that might be, depending on what you do. The other thing that I noticed that I would have given them a little ding is that they haven't optimized these images. You're going to optimize these images to match your whole brand. So you've got this space, and all of this to customize visually to make, it doesn't matter what the button is, where that goes to, you can put an image in that box that will make it customized to your color, your brand, your logo, whatever it is you choose to do. So, fill out the information. Fill out everything. Lace your descriptions with your keywords. So if I'm a plumber, I'm going to talk about all the things that a plumber does. What are those 6 keywords that I put on my website? I'm going to put that in my descriptions and everywhere that's about me on Facebook. Yes? Yes. So, a couple of things. When you do your page info, your category here dictates what is going to be seen in that box. So, if I'm a destination shop, so like the one we were looking at as the example, they would have been listed as some kind of local business because it's providing you hours, link to their website, and maps, etc. So it's automatically populated. But if you choose this, for instance, companies and organizations, consulting, business, service, then it gives you a different set of questions to fill in behind, and your about comes out differently so that is what's populated in that small box. Does that make sense? that may have been a little bit fuzzy, but so back to, I don't know if we can quickly, okay, all right, I did that very quickly, I apologize. So I'm going to navigate to my page, and I'm going to go to Edit Page, okay, and I'm going to update page information, but any of these will get you to this editing panel where all of the really robust settings on the back end of your profile are. This is also where you would do, who said they opted in, you were getting notifications. Your settings means your settings as an admin on that page. So if you notice, we'll click right here. I'm going to answer the rest of those questions later. But this is where you would go, say you're helping a friend out and you don't want the notifications. You can go untick these and get your notifications turned off for the page. And that would be right here. Send me a notification when people post, like, comment, message, etc. So take that off and you won't be there. Managing permissions is another basic page that you have some control of. Language, profanity. If you need to block somebody, this is where you do that. But here in your basic information, this is different based on how you set yourself up. If you set yourself up as a local business, and many of you should, because that is who and what you are, then your map and your phone number and your hours, etc., are going to populate to that page. Let's see here. I'm going to jump to her page one more time. Yeah, an unfortunate part with Facebook is that rarely are two pages and controls the same. So I'll be having a conversation, for instance, with my wife about something new on Facebook, and she'll say, "What's this new thing?" And I'm going, "I don't. Where's it at? It's right there in that place. And it's not on mine." So rollout times, so everything's almost always a little bit different for everyone. So they've really been playing with moving notifications around. So one day it's here, one day it's there, but it's different based on who it's being rolled out to and when. So I went back here to Dream Baskets very quickly, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So they're set up as a local business. And because so, as a local business, it's going to populate this information. What kind of shop are you? What's the address? What's the phone number? What's the hours? Because again, as a small business, that's what you want to deliver. But if you're a consulting company, a non-destination business, then you may want to set up like we are, to where we say what we do, where we do it, and how to get to our website and or call us. And every kind of business listing will provide a little bit different snapshot of what's in that About box. Okay, how you like a page, I'm not even, yeah, you guys know how to like a page. However, create an event. How many of you have created events on Facebook? Okay, all right, so most of you have done that. I'll briefly touch that. Yes, ma'am. Yep. So the dynamic of that is the same as interactivity. You'll get more interactivity on your profile in most cases until you get really big. You'll get more interactivity on your profile than on your page. So whatever you do to your page that you really want activity on, you may need to share it to your profile to get that activity. So most of the time when I connect with people about class, about other things, they actually see it on my profile. They don't see it on the page. I post there and then share to profile. Yes. Right. Right. Now I would say in the voice, if it were me, check out what I'm doing or what we're doing. So the ownership, identity, because people are connecting with Phil even on profile because of the relational value thing. So instead of necessarily check out what's going on at the studio, I would always frame that in I or we. Hey, I'm going to be doing so. On our page, I'll say today we're going to be talking about, and I did that, blah 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 blah, and then I'll go to profile and share. And today in today's class, I'm going to be talking about how to, etc. So I'm changing relational voice, but either they're still wanting to connect with Phil. Yeah. And I'll show you that in that as you go to events. And so here's the one for today. You begin by creating an event, and you would just hit start, fill in the blanks, and then it will take you to the page, and you can upload a header, image, etc. Yes? It's rather squirrely, and that I think there will always be some level of glitches with Facebook. It's just so massive. It's not you. Yeah, it's not you, it's Facebook. So within that, there are those glitches that you'll find. And literally, today it works, tomorrow it doesn't. If it doesn't work, just close your computer, take the dog for a walk, come back, it'll work eventually. But there are those glitches. So we're going to create an event. Let's act as if I added that information. I'm going to put it in. Here's the event for today. And you can check in during the event. In fact, if you're doing a big party event, etc., encourage people to check into the event, share pictures, interact. But here are your tools. Obviously, I'm an admin, so I can edit. But over here on the little star, hit that little drop-down star. This is where you can cancel. You also can export or promote the event. So I could go put an ad on this event and advertise this event with Facebook advertising. I can add or edit hosts, etc. And you can export the event as well. But then I go from here. Typically what I will do, and you can do this this is the same about posting. I can take this link and I can go over to my profile and share it. But a lot of times what I like to do is take an image that represents what's going to be happening in that class. So I did that today as well. So I took the link to this and I went over here and I did. So in the training today, I'll be talking about defining a win for your business on Facebook. What does a win look like, etc., etc. Link, 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 and an image that I put up that connects to what we were talking about. Okay? So you don't have to just share the link. You can be more creative. And the more creative you are with images, the better. So if you're writing a blog, writing an article, find the thought, the main thought in that article, and find an image for it. Yes? It doesn't automatically. You would need to, let me back up here. So I can take this link right here at the top to that, and I can copy it, and then I can go over to my timeline and drop that link, and it's going to populate that event. And that's what I'm saying. I can post it like this, or I can go get an image, upload the image, and drop the link in the description about the image. So you can do it two ways. The other great thing about that is sometimes it kind of gets boring when people just promote, and it looks the same every time you promote it. Change the look of it so that it's not the same post. It looks a little bit different when you post it the next time. Because like this event, we have to post it 4, 5, 6 times over several weeks to get people connected and to where they see it. So change the look. Make it look different by loading images and dropping the description. Does that make sense? Certainly. Absolutely. Yep. So I could have copied that. I could have copied this URL, gone back to Online Biz Smarts, and this is a strategy that you should almost always do. And that is always originate on your page and then share out from that. Because you want the Facebook page to get all the Facebook edge rank, all the follow juice, let's call it, for that post. So you originate on your page and then share from there. Share out to your profile, share out to your friends, etc. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 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 heck yeah. So the fresher you keep it, again, the different look, it doesn't look like, oh, they just copied that over. So the idea of that, if that makes sense to you guys, is I would go grab a photo. Actually, let's see, do I have anything synced that's appropriate? So let's say that I would grab this photo and from my synced file, and I would add it, and then just here in the description I would go ahead and drop the link to the event, and I would say something about that event. And so I'm still sharing it, but I'm doing it in a different way that maybe entices people a little bit more, or maybe doesn't. Gmail. You mean Google Plus? Yeah, and I won't go deeply into that. There is value, especially you're writing articles, to originate your content on Google Plus and then bring it into Facebook, but that's another class. Okay. Yes, that's correct. SEO value is high if you originate on Google Plus, but again, a whole nother session there. Yep. Sure. Certainly. So, yep, absolutely. Another great way to do it. I haven't tried. I've always gone the other direction. I believe it's only one direction. Yep. Yeah. But here's a thought on that. So because of what you do, so let's say you've got one of your products, you've got this great image, of an animal. You could show that image just as the image itself. You could take that image then on your phone and Instagram it, and then it looks different. It's another new presentation for that. And you could continue to add different looks to the same image, add text to it, different things like that, to make the same image look 10 different ways. You're telling the same story, but with an updated image and saying something different. Right, but you could take that from online Instagram, and you could take that link and then share it to the business page. So you can still get it to your business page from Instagram. Okay. So yeah, so a lot of different ways, and again, all of these social media channels, this one goes this way but not that way. There's a lot of intricacies of that. But some of those questions we won't be able to get to today. All right, so let's see. Search for friends. Again, graph search. I would say it's pretty dramatically changed the search. It didn't upgrade it substantially for finding friends. So let's see. If I went to begin to type somebody's name, is it ERI, Sherry? ARI, sorry. I have an ARI, and that's a Marsden. Okay. So as I start typing Sherry's name, obviously it finds it quickly because we're already connected. But in graph search, and again, they're continuing to improve it. It still is not fantastic for finding friends, but it does work. Honestly, if I want to find a friend on Facebook, I actually go to Google first because it's typically faster. So I'll put Facebook and Sherry Stark. And typically, if you put your profile public at all, it'll just pop right to the top of the list. Yes. The graph search is just at the top of the page. Since you're on an iPad, it's going to be in that left-hand menu. When you click the three bars and you open the left-hand menu, search bar right there is going to be your search. So graph search is very powerful and it's very important for you guys, and we're going to get to a few things that is going to make it more relevant for you. I think it's a huge deal for businesses once you understand how to use it and how to use it in context with hashtags. Because you can, with 10 followers, get found by hundreds and hundreds of people online by utilizing hashtags. It's very quick and effective. Let's see, publish blog post. So let's talk about a blog post. I'm going to go to our page. And I'm just going to grab a blog post with an image. Maybe. We're all sharing internet. Okay, so this one, let's do it on purpose with the video to show how it's going to populate over on our Facebook page. So I took the link. I did that really fast. I apologize. I'm sorry. So couple key things when you're publishing your blog to Facebook. One, don't just get your onlinebismarts.com. Come down here and be sure to have clicked on the title of the blog post itself, so that when you recognize right up here, it says something about actually the connection and the URL to that post itself. Okay? Make sure you have the correct URL. Then come over to Facebook and drop that in and see what it gives you in the way of posts. Come on, you can do it. I know you can. It's thinking about it. It's trying. What it's actually doing right now, when you see the little wheel turning, it's crawling that blog post to see what images it can pull off of it. So it's literally going through the article and saying, are there any images in this post that I can pull and bring over to populate for this article? Boy, that is really taking a long time. I'm gonna reload and refresh because I did a couple post attempts. When in doubt, change browsers or refresh. And then if that doesn't work, as I said, take the dog for a walk. Okay. So this is what it's pulling over right now. And it's social media tips. And it's actually, I'll frame it in that what it's doing is I'm actually not on the blog post. So this is a good lesson. I'm not on the blog post itself. This is actually pulling the category of blogs, which is social media tips. And within social media tips, it found this Pinterest article. So I'm going to go back over to the blog, and today you're getting a lesson in blog 2. And I'm going to go to this article, or one of these articles, more specifically about how to do this. So if you'll notice at the top here, and I didn't go back and do what I told you to do, and that is to copy it after you click on the title. So when we come back to Facebook, I'm not populating category, I'm populating the actual blog post that I'm trying to populate. And I really did want to do this one because I want to show you something on posts that don't populate an image. So again, it's working, trying to drag something over. Okay, so if you notice, that was a video post, but it also has an image in it. It gives you the scroll. If there's 6 images, it'll let you scroll through and pick the one that was most pertinent. What was the one that really connected to that article? Or this new feature came out this week, right here. Click. You can now upload an image that is more appropriate for that blog post. That's huge, right? Right? Those of you that have been around, it's like it'll pull some crappy image that you're like, oh, that's ugly. I don't want that to go on the post. Images everything. So upload the correct image that goes with that article, and that's critical for this piece as well. Let's say that you've just created the most viral post ever. It's going to go around the globe. If you don't have the right image with it, so for instance, Sherry and Phil, if it didn't have the right piece of art that you were talking about for that article, it's going to get shared around the world out of context. It's wrong context, right? So you want the... Well, sometimes, so within different kinds of blogs, when Facebook goes over and crawls, it will actually pull everything you see from that page. And so like perimeter and image widgets and different things like that, it'll pull all of that in. And sometimes on some types of blog posts, it won't pull the image that's in the article. So this gives you the ability now, and Facebook knows that, and this is their fix. Okay, you go upload the right image that's supposed to go with that post. The other thing is this. When you're loading here, don't get completely transfixed that image is too small, because when it shows up on my page, it shows up twice that size. So when it's on my timeline or on my newsfeed, it's a bigger image than this. It's actually this size right here. So load the correct image and then move from there. So that's publish, upload and edit cover photos. I'm not going to really cover editing, but I will cover this. You can utilize this. You can actually utilize this according to the terms of service as a call to action now, and I've seen people do it recently. So click here for blah, blah, blah. And so what would happen if I said that on here? Then it would take me over to the image, and you have a link right here in your description to what you wanted them to do. So you could say, for a free offer, click here. If they click anywhere on the image, it's going to take them over to right here. And then you're going to say, here's the form to get your free website analysis, or whatever that might be that your company offers to trade people for their emails or connect with you information. The cover image size is 851 pixels wide by 314 pixels tall. So you can go exactly that size, or for instance, if you uploaded a really big piece of artwork, you could change this cover flow. You could choose from your existing photos. So you could do this photo and then drag it up and down to align the piece that you wanted people to see, and then hit Save Changes. Or don't hit Save if you wanted to revert to it. Yeah, they allowed you. So they didn't say that, but they took away the term of service that eliminated that. Yeah, so it's nothing advertised, but it's not against the terms of service now. Well, and that's a little bit of the tricky part. This is just an image that you've uploaded to your Facebook page. It's just aligning it into your cover. So when I click on it anywhere, it's going to take me over to the same as if it was another image, where I can have my description in it to say anything. So what I could do is upload this image to my page, and when I upload it, go ahead and make a description, drop a link that goes to the form that's maybe my capture form, or click here for your download. They're going to give me an email for their download, kind of a thing. And that's information. My hook is going to be right here in this description part. Oh, so the next piece would be I would have a form on my website, and I would have a link right there in the description that would take you to that form. In your description, yes. Yes. Yeah, and it's in this description part here. One of the other great reasons, let me find a photo. So here's this photo that I uploaded this morning. One of the absolute greatest things about photos is, and I love it because I'm a typo, I typo, make a lot of typo errors. Okay? So if you've done your post with an image, you can come back at any point and edit and change what's right here. So you could actually change your call to action to go to a different website. You can come back right here, change that, put a different link in there, and a different offer in there. That is continually editable, so you can come back, change the link, it's going to a different place to get them to do something different. It goes right to your constant contact login to where they're giving you an email and they get an autoresponder back with the whatever you're giving away kind of thing. Did I answer? Not at all? Okay. We could actually walk through that a little closer. Yes. 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 Okay. It's automatic. You don't have to set it up. Okay, so basically, clicking here is taking you to the description for that image, and that's automatic. Yeah. So when you upload the image, you're going to go ahead and put, here's how, click here, etc. And so when that image is clicked anywhere on the web, it's going to take you right there to that call to action. So it's kind of a default. It automatically always goes there, and because you can optimize that to work for your company. Scheduling, yes. Well, all your fans that are currently seeing your content, but kinda yes. And that's we'll cover EdgeRank momentarily. So everybody that's currently seeing your stuff would see it if you updated your cover. Could be, yeah. You want to. That's why we talk about spacing it out. Don't overrun and get in the morning and do 6 posts, because you're just gonna, if I've only got 25 friends and I've liked your page, you're just gonna, and I'm gonna say, oops, block that guy. I don't want to see all that. Okay, so context, spread it out, keep it diverse. If you're posting multiple times a day, which is okay, just spread it out. Once in the morning, once at noon, and once late in the afternoon, and this is the tool to do that, scheduling. So, what have you been up to? Let's say I'm going to go ahead and grab a synced photo again. So here's one where I'm mugging for the camera, a nice little selfie. So I've got my post. I'm going to say what I'm going to say about it, and then I'm going to come right down here to Scheduler, and it's real simple. What year do you want to post it? Because you can backdate it. You can backdate it, or you can forward date it. So I could say this is an event photo that I just found from 2 years ago. You can backdate it to 2 years ago. It's going to go out and post now, so people will see it, but in timeline it will be back in 2011. So I'm going to add year. I'm going to add June. So I'm going to add, what day is today? I don't even know what day of the week it is. The 29th, and I'm going to set the hour. So I know prime time for this photo is going to be whatever that is. I like to push stuff out morning, midday, afternoon, or around 7 p.m. And I typically do all of that, for me, Central Time, because our audience is not just in Tucson. So we have Central, East Coast. You want to take that into consideration. Who's your audience? If they're local, it's Tucson time, and the best times to put content out to be seen is 10, 2, 4, and 7 p.m. So you want to be before that time. So if I know 10, when everybody's going to get their soda, snack, break out their phone, their iPad, take a break, and get on Facebook, I want to have posted somewhere between 9 and 9:30-ish, maybe even a little bit earlier than that. You got a lot of early risers if that's your target audience. If you have a more senior adult audience, or older, over 50, I'd be putting my stuff out at 5 and 6 a.m. all the time. You would be, but again, scheduling. I know those folks are. I know who is very active on my page, and if I'm trying to engage with that audience, I'm going to push it out early in the morning. You don't have a clock. You get scheduling on a volume size once you get a certain amount of likes, and I don't remember where it's at right now as far as how many likes for scheduling. You also do, you may not be on your page, you also get some other features once you get larger. Here's an account that we oversee. When you go to this person, I'll show you some other tools and toys that you get once you get a larger following. You also get demographic targeting. So once you get a lot of people, you can get relationship status, educational status, interested in age, location, and language. Again, big following once you get past the 1,000 and 2,000 point. Yeah, you'll get there one of these days. Consistency and good content will get you there. Or be a rock star. Or do something really stupid and get on the news. Get your 10 minutes of fame. All right, let's talk about tags. So this is really important. I need to really create a post here. So let's do this. I'm going to take a picture of you guys right quick. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. Give me a second. I got to wake up the sleeping. Oh man, I'm telling you. I am so sorry. It's going so slow. It's killing me. So I'm going to share a photo. Maybe I'm going to share a photo. Take a photo or video. There we go. Okay, let me back up so I make sure I get you all. Okay. So I got it. So I'm going to load this photo. So when you load a photo, any of you that I'm already connected to as a friend, I need to show you this because this is important. As I load this photo, I can load it just plain right now. And I'm going to do that. But I'm going to add in here tag. Hashtag Tucson. And social. Okay. And I'm not going to add anything right now because I just want to show you how this works. So I would say something about the photo, and we would all, all right. So there it is on my tablet. Let's refresh it, and it was telling me that I just did a post. Okay. Now, what I can do for that photo. There you all are, yeah. Now, ideally, I would have gone into my photo editor. I would have sized it to fit. But in order to make it larger to where everybody can see it, you can also hit the little star there, highlight it, fill the frame with it, okay? So now there's everybody. You guys are so funny. What I can do, look, if you go right here to your lighter blue line, and if I change to Michael Gray, Okay? Now, any of you that are friends with me, I can tag you in that photo as Michael Gray. I cannot tag you as the page, but I can tag you as Michael Gray. So I'm going to click the image. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to begin tagging. Okay, tag, 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 tag. So why would I do that as a business? What's a good reason? And who else will see it? Their friends. That's the important thing. So multiply this image by how many friends you guys have. That's how many people are potentially going to see this image. Now, I hear people complain all the time. People tag me. I don't like to be tagged. You have settings in your personal profile to go and either turn off tagging or approve every tag that ever comes your way. Do that. Don't complain. Take control. You can do that. Don't be a victim. But the key thing is this is a very powerful tool for business because I went from how many people like my page and you guys to maybe 10,000 people that are represented in all of our community of friends. That's a big reach change in a blink. So this is a very powerful tool to go in and connect other people. Plus, what happens when you get tagged? People start a conversation about that image. Oh, that was a fun time. We had such a great time. Oh, that was terrible. It was so hot. I don't ever want to do that. Whatever the conversation is, there's a continuing conversation going on after the post, and that gets that post more viral. So this post could easily go out and reach 50,000 people in a blink if there's a conversation going on by everybody that was tagged in the photo. Does that make sense? Any question about that? Yes? Uh-huh. Right? Right. Right. So contextually you could do that. But here's what I say is the correct etiquette for that. If it's not something that concerns you, so I'm inviting you into the conversation with a tag. So I may be saying, hey Phil, would you critique my photo? I would never do that. I mean my painting, I would never do that. Because Phil would say, just quit. Context, they're inviting you into the conversation. However, a lot of people do use it incorrectly, to where they're tagging people who, they're just tagging Phil because they want to be associated with his art. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't say it, but I think, again, so I would say this. If we didn't have a relationship, I wouldn't tag Phil unless I wanted him to see something. And it's probably got some humor in it or something that I really want him to see. It's not a, hey, endorse my product kind of thing. So I would say use tags, but use them carefully because it can be very spammy and very icky, kind of uncomfortable if used inappropriately. If used correctly, I think hashtags and tags are the two most powerful parts of Facebook when used correctly. Okay. So that's where we're going next. Somebody tag that photo. I can't do it right now. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to back up here. I changed back into Online Bizsmarts. Come on, you can do it. Catch up to me. Sometimes you got to refresh it. Make sure you change your voice. That's called voice. I've changed it from posting as Michael Gray back to, like it should be, posting as Online Bizsmarts. So if you notice right here, you are posting, commenting, and liking as Online Bizsmarts. Changed to Mike Gray. So I flipped it, and the reason I flipped it is so that I could tag all of you. I can't tag as the page, but I can tag as a friend. One of the main reasons, yes. Yeah, one of the main reasons. So here's what you're able to do now with a hashtag. So let's say I'm a small mom and pop business, I'm a small mom and pop business. I'm a local but we do national, international clients. So by using a hashtag, let's say I only had 100 likes on my page. I'm not a lot of people are going to find me for what I do, but by using a tag in my post, if somebody were to go look for a plumber or a social media instructor or a whatever, so if you'll notice, I put pound in Tucson, and what came up first? The last post that went out with the hashtag Tucson. That's global. So if I want to do, I said plumber. Let's see. And what do I get? I get jailed. So this is something in the UK. Awesome. So this is a news agency using a hashtag. Fun. But here you go. Then you'll actually begin to get hashtags. And I'll be honest with you guys, the UK destroys us at using this stuff effectively. They're really good at it. I get more people from the UK for plumbers and contractors, etc. But here's the dynamic of that. If anybody I know personally and am friends with is using a hashtag, it'll deliver that at the top of the list. Unfortunately, my plumber friends aren't being very effective with Facebook hashtags. I don't think you can double hashtag. I haven't tried that yet. Let's see. It's giving me a web search at that point. And let me show you a dynamic here of when I type the pound sign and I'm doing painter, which I know is going to deliver me more like a home painter. Before I make a choice, it's telling me within search, do you want to search hashtag, or do you want to search somebody named Painter, or do you want to search a game called Painter? Or I can break it down even further into search, and I can find out people, places, etc., events, apps. So you can break. Is there painter groups? Sure there are. Face and body paint group. Right, that's one of my groups. Everybody has their own thing. So there's a great deal of search power, but you want to make sure when you begin to hashtag. And here's another thing I found with this. If you find one somewhere on a page and you copy and bring it up here and paste it in, it doesn't populate correctly. You need to type pound and the letter. Or if you find it in the post, let's go back to Tucson and find our post that we just put out. These are live links. So if I put Tucson, it's going to give me who else. Pete's an awesome Twitter guy, and he's utilizing tags. Maybe a little excessive, but he's using them. The Daily Star is using it. What are they cooking? Oh, so somebody's baking cookies on their dash. Awesome. Everybody's talking about the heat. That's relevant. So here are a lot of things. I like the Tucson one because you can, in a snapshot, find out what's happening in Tucson. I use this on Twitter as well. The other reason that it's fairly powerful is if I'm posting, which I do, I push my Facebook posts out to my Twitter posts. I've just hit hashtags on Facebook and Twitter in one post. So all of that content is now highly searchable in both locations. Any other questions on hashtags? Yep. Yeah, so here's a great example. So here's a great example of it. The best way to use hashtags is in conversation. So create a sentence like this. It just hit 100 on its way to 112. How did you get your Tucson heat? I'm not sure what they heat your baked cookies in your car. So they put it into a conversational kind of way to make it flow a little bit better. So you could say, get your pound Tucson-based pound bead store, etc. items at so on and so forth. So you can put it in a sentence form. Don't force it. You don't have to. But that's a little more conversational and a little more natural, a little less distracting. The power of hashtag is search. If I want to find something, I can find it quickly. The power for you guys as business owners is you can get found quickly if you use the appropriate hashtags for your business. Hashtags, I would say, would tie back closely to your keywords. Your keywords, so if you're an oil painter or a business, you've got business logo items, your keywords really would play into what your hashtag should be when you're having conversations around your posts. I don't think so. It may be that it's actually very early in rollout. I know it began to be activated this week, so it's early in rollout. I think it's a huge home run. Everybody's going to love it. Yeah, right. You get married to that. Oh, it's not the right image for the post. Okay, we did scheduling, tags, notification. This is real important. So we talked about earlier that you're on a page, you're an admin, and you don't want to get notifications. The other side is you want to get everything. So what you can do on your page or any other page, you guys are having way too much fun. I know what hopefully you're not making fun of me yet. It's okay, I don't mind if you. I know. It's fun, right? It's fun. Awesome, cool. So after you've liked a page, you can mouse over that page and choose to get notification. You do not have to be an administrator for that page. So let's say that you find this brilliantly funny Facebook page that always has great stuff that you like to share. You can come over here and click and get notifications. And anytime a post goes out, you're going to actually get a notification. And you'll notice these ones popping out down here. You would get those as well if you have those set up to get those notifications. So you're going to get, hey, this great page posted a post, and you don't want to miss it, and you can get those. Yeah. I don't think you should ever beg in that kind of way. You're definitely going to get more engagement if your posts are not really crappy. I mean, if you have really boring stuff that you're putting out all the time, it doesn't matter if somebody's notified. They're just going to be notified of your really boring posts. I'm not picking on anybody. I know you guys have amazing content, and it's always awesome. That would be for other people. But that's going to get us to edge rank, and I think we're getting close. It is not necessary, but again, in a relational environment, it definitely improves things if you get them, but I don't like asking. I don't think it's an appropriate way as a business to represent yourself. Facebook, blah, blah, blah. What they're saying is the Facebook algorithm is not working, and because I am unable to create awesome content that would engage people, I want to manipulate the system. So please help me do that. Okay. Snarky I am today. So let's get algorithm edge rank before we move too much further. So the whole basis of Facebook is built on relationship and popularity. So we're back in high school, and everybody that's getting all the attention is the popular websites. So the dynamic of that is this: for popular content, every post is a unique and individual potential post. So the dynamic of that in the algorithm is, if David likes my page, it does not mean he will see my stuff. It means he started the relationship. And and we're dating. His business is dating my page. I'm just going down some odd roads today. I'm sorry. So he's going to see my content maybe occasionally. But what happens if I put out a really good post and David really likes it, he gives me a like and maybe a comment, then we've gotten a little bit more close in our relationship. He's going to begin to see more of my content. The more he engages with me, the more of my content he will see. The other side of that is, the more of my content he sees, the more of content his friends see. So building EdgeRank is broken out into three pieces: time decay, affinity. So that was what I was talking about. How much interaction does somebody have with your page? The more affinity, the more connection that they have by going to your page and engaging with your page, the more their content is going to be on your newsfeed wall. And then the other piece is basically is your likes, comments, and your shares. Likes, that's a high five, and then maybe a knuckle bump for a comment, but it's a full-on chest bump and hug for a share. Okay. Share is like the holy grail of algorithm boost. So if you can get shares, if you can put that image out that people are going, whoa, that's so amazing, I got to show that to everybody, that's where you really get the big boost. And so all of that goes into effect in time. So you put a post out. So we put this post out, and because you guys are going bonkers on it, this thing is going to go, it'll be out there for 12 or more hours. Had we created that post and nobody liked it and nobody commented on it and nobody said anything about it, half an hour it's gone. Nobody's going to see it. It's dead. It's done. So unless somebody goes back and revives the post with a comment or a like or a share, it's gone in the history of your timeline. But if you get all of that juicy interaction on a post, by one, getting it out in front of people when people are on their computer, two, making it good stuff that people want to see and read and interact with, and three, then, again, it being something that you've developed a relationship over time and consistently developed a relationship, then that post is going to blow up and thus hit the viral status. The big key to understanding is you've got to put out good content at the right time. Most importantly, that you're consistent. Because what happens is you've got all of this EdgeRank and you're doing great, and you go on vacation for a month from posting or whatever, you're back to square one. You're starting over. So don't stop posting. Create content. You've built the affinity. You've got the relationship going. You have to keep it going. Or again, it's doing this. And it's dropping off, and you've got to build that momentum back. Yes. So that's just the one aspect. So here we have organically 65 people have seen it, and virally 83 people have seen it. And then as we jump into, so let's go to our insights and see what this looks like. So you can see that we fall into the same habit as you do, in that we get really buried with work and whatever else, and we hit some slow spots. Or maybe our contents were just not awesome during that time. We hit some spikes, we really blow up big, and you see the number of people that are interacting with a post on those days. And if you go down a little bit further, you can see actually what those posts are and see them specifically. I like to search. I used to search by virality, but I see more value in searching by reach. How many people did you reach? How many people were involved with and or saw that post? That's, in my view, the more important number to sort by. Clicking on the top of any one of these columns will allow you to resort it. Okay? So this is this event. So on this event, we had 3,636 people saw this, or were involved with the post. Not very viral, but the reach was really good. Here is the hashtag post. The reach on it was pretty good. Engaged, still not very viral. So here's an event post. It went fairly viral. I typically say anything over a 7 or 8 is a high viral post, and we need to get back on our comedy because we haven't been doing really good. You guys are blowing this one up. It's already virality of 8, and we really just are just getting started. So why is it that this post, with you guys being crazy and having fun in class, is going to be, even if you didn't, you're jump starting it right now by what you're doing, but it's going to get more legs after that. And why is because people will stop and look at a photo of people to see who they know, and they want to interact with people who they know. And if it's a very active post, they want to get in the party. They want to join the party, get involved in the conversation, and have a good time with it. So photos are very important. When you're doing an event, you're doing a grand opening, you're doing a whatever, highly, highly important that you are taking photos and tagging them as soon as you can. If you can do them live and at the point of action, it's the best, because people will literally start engaging before the party's even over. Oh, she just tagged me. I'm going to say something funny about her, or whatever that may be, in the posting. So, what's next? Yes, ma'am. I can't tell you the exact equation to get to virality, but the idea is it's got to be something that people are passionate about enough to share it. Virality is going to have share. People are going to have to push it around the globe. And it's really crazy because we've had some that just went bonkers, and some of you have too, all because maybe one person shared that post that has massive reach, and then it just goes crazy, 100,000 million kind of virality numbers-wise. But if you create something, again, and you can't, obviously, you're not going to hit a home run all the time, but if you're always shooting towards viral, fun, engaging, inspirational, exciting, something that makes people want to post and interact, is how you get to viral. Numerically, I don't know the algorithm math, and I couldn't tell you that exactly. So more on insights. I clicked on overview. Now I clicked on likes. This gives you a demographic breakdown of our likes. Our target audience is right here, and as you'll see, our biggest audience is within the framework of that target audience. They're working men and women who, in many cases, own their own business or are the decision maker for a business, who are in the ages of 35 to 65. We're not ruling anybody out. We have a lot of clients that are over 65, but the masses, the big 80% for us, is in that sweet spot of that age group. And we probably lean a little bit heavier actually here, 45 to 45 plus. Because typically people have progressed enough in business at that point that they're a decision maker or business owner. It'll give you countries, languages, cities, and again, depending on your target demographic, that may be ideally just Tucson, or it may be well beyond Tucson, depending on your audience. Where your likes came from, this is pretty important because this goes back to content. The better your content is, the higher your likes are going to be off of different things. So we've got 9 off of recommendations, 6 they came to the page, 4 off of a mobile. They were on mobile somewhere and saw content. 1 on timeline, and 1 in a friend referral. What you'll also see is that There's another one that we typically have a lot of, and that's on hover. So if we go to my timeline, and we'll scroll down here to something from our page. Maybe we will, maybe we will. Okay, so here's something from our page. When you mouse over the page itself, and of course this is not a good post to do that on because it didn't come from the page. Alright, let's go back to the page. When you see a post from Online Biz Smarts and you hover over the brand, and I'm sorry that you see that little pop-up photo there. That's a plug-in that I need to turn off. Okay, there we go. When you hover over somebody's post, so you see their little logo, that's one of the reasons your logo needs to be real identifiable to your brand, because I can hover over that, or the name itself, and I can like you from right there, or follow your page as well. So you'll find that you'll get a lot of likes that way. And how do you get that? You create content, you create it consistently so somebody can hover over it, see your page and say, I like that, click like. So you'll get a lot of those type posts if you're posting consistently and often. And often meaning not more than 3-4 times a day would be your max, and those would need to be spread out throughout the day, different times by using your scheduling tool. So we see some shares from the post. Business branding on your pages, I think we covered that well enough with the example that we had. EdgeRank, again, EdgeRank is a whole class. I mean, we can do an hour and a half on understanding EdgeRank, but the most important thing is you're creating good content consistently. Frequency of post, lead capture, event. We can briefly, yes. So you can have landing pages. It used to be that you could make people always land on a specific page when they went to your URL, and unfortunately Facebook took that away, and that really was a painful thing because you could make people like your page to be able to go see it. So you got a lot more likes within that process, but something that Facebook changed that affected businesses greatly. So we have other pages. So for instance, an opt-in page, buy this book. I'm going to give you this thing if you give me your email. We have that. We also have our online store on Facebook. So this is the same shopping cart as is on our Facebook page. But we have opt-ins where we're trading for, here you get our emails, and we're not asking for a trade at this point. Just opt into our newsletter. Lead capture, yeah. Well, there's so many ways to do landing pages because you can do it off your website. You can do a link to your website. You can do what this is actually tabs. You can do a Facebook tab that is a lead capture. So, for instance, the one that I just did for our email, eventually we will do this where it says email updates. We'll say, an offer. So this will be like an enticing, get your free, site analysis. And they're going to click on it, and it's going to say, put your email in here to get your free site analysis. And they're going to trade the email off the email, and notification process goes. And then your newsletter provider, your e-newsletter, that's Constant Contact, Aweber, etc., you can have this set up then with an autoresponder. So let's say I'm providing a PDF. I'm saying get a free how to do something PDF. And then this affects and launches the autoresponder, and it sends you an email with the product I've promised you automatically. And then again, so I'm using an outside source of Constant Contact or Aweber for that autoresponder, but I'm using it within a Facebook tab to start the process. Give me your email. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you training updates on how to paint. I'm going to give you 5 tips a week on how to do, oil painting. Great. Right. I know you guys do a lot of educational kind of thing, and that's stuff that people want. Who wouldn't want to be trained by Phil? I mean, he's a great artist, and people respect him. So for you guys, that's a great trade. Get this for this, and most people will trade you an email for it. And then you have a great, powerful tool. Why is email so powerful? Because I have to be on Facebook to see a Facebook post. I don't have to be on my computer 24/7 to get an email that I'm going to have to look at least the title line for in my inbox. You have a great deal of reach and control when you build an email. Yes. Yes. It's still viral, shareable, etc. And we share those to our Facebook page. But this would be a like gate so you like the page to get an offer, or give me your email to get something that you're providing in a free tool. Yours could be a how-to video, how to simply make a beaded necklace in X amount of time. Okay, guys, I didn't cover everything. Any just absolute gotta have it today? Have I done video on ads? You've done ads on she's written articles on it. Yeah. Yeah, anybody that wants to stay, guys, I'll hang around and answer your questions. I just don't want to pin you here if you got to hit the road. Yeah, I can do 3 of these sessions on the expansiveness of Facebook. Yes, ma'am. Only on big rollouts where they give you an opt-in possibility. You're already a developer, you're going to get an early rollout of most things, but not everything. Some things is pretty random. So my wife will get things before me sometimes. Yep. Other questions, Susan? Mobile? A whole nother class. But yes, absolutely. Yeah. So Facebook mobile, yeah. So the dynamic difference from mobile is that there are a few things that you can occasionally, depending on your device, do. There are some devices and some apps that will actually allow you to tag people as a business when you're creating a photo. Not all of them will allow that, but some will. So I can take that same photo I took of you and tag you as the business as I upload that photo. The power of mobile, I think, really goes back into images and live images and images of people, and the ability to snap the photo, upload it. And so for Rebecca, for instance, at the Marana Chamber, this is really a big deal because they have something multiple times every week. Ribbon cuttings, all of these things. Photo. Upload them as you go or when you get home. And if you can't tag them live, then tag them quickly as soon as you get home. You got to strike while the iron is hot, and people are still thinking about that event. So glad that you were here today. So, photo upload. You guys fairly well know how to take photos and upload them. Videos are the same. Yep, so you can opt into that, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's on Android only. Once you have the app, then it will begin to give you, if you notice, on the page, when I went to create a post, and I chose photo, it adds in this third option of add synced photos, and those are photos that have been synced from my phone. So every time I shoot a photo, no matter what, it's synced, there. It's not been uploaded. Nobody can see it yet, but it gives me the automatic of uploading and syncing to Facebook. I believe that's only on Android, but I could be wrong. Anybody on iOS that... Okay, so it may be on both. So what happens is, again, on the apps, they'll update Android, and then and sometimes it's on iOS first, sometimes it's on Android first, and you never know what stage they're in on that. But again, so you can turn that on the app, and then it will sync it to your desktop, to where you can just go back to the desktop, grab all of those event photos, and upload. What's that? It's just Facebook, actually. It's the actual Facebook app for your phone. Yeah, you can also, I use Photo Bucket. I have 3 layers of redundancy. Okay? So, it uploads to Photo Bucket automatically. Every photo I take on my phone automatically uploads to Photo Bucket. All of my photos automatically upload to Dropbox and sync there, and they also sync to Facebook. So within that, I have multiple ways that I can go and share images on social media. Yeah, the old time camera thing. Yeah. You could load that to your phone, but it's not going to sync them. Yeah, I would say for you need to discover that process, and it may be that Dropbox is a better process, because then you could take the photos from the camera, drop them into the photo, your upload file on Dropbox. They're in one place. Then you can go ahead and, from the desktop, grab them all in one shot and create you want to create an album with that. Well, Hootsuite is definitely the most powerful of the paid, the free version and the paid version. I think are the most powerful and best. Definitely a learning curve. You're going to have to learn quite a bit to get in. Yep. But TweetDeck is discontinuing Facebook, so it'll be Twitter only. It's awesome for Twitter. I still use it, especially if I'm trying to research or find something with a hashtag. Very powerful tool. But Hootsuite will allow you to do a variety of things, including scheduling across multiple platforms. Yeah, we can do a Hootsuite and a tools of the trade class. Other Facebook, the thing you were dying to know, yes. Get more friends or get more likes? Okay. Getting more friends, you have to meet them and find them. However, you have to be cautious with that now, because they'll shut you down if you just randomly go out and friend me. Because now it comes up and says, do you know this person outside of Facebook? And I'm pretty honest with that, unless I know there's a reason. So let's say somebody at a class, I recognize them, friends me. I friend them back. Because we have some type of connection. But I ignore the random people that I can't figure out a connection. And in some cases, if I recognize it as it looks spammy, I'll report it as such. So you have to be cautious in just going out, and you used to be able to go out and ask everybody to like you and just build this big monster following. And then you take those folks and invite them to like the page. However, your like percentage is like 5% below. So if you have 100 people who are your friends, 5% or less of them are going to necessarily like your page, unless it's something they really connect with. Your friends are in an audience pocket, and you got a warm and fuzzy product that they really, really love, you're going to get a higher adoption rate in that case. So the you know what? Funny jokes, there's some funny stuff that's not offensive. So I laugh at myself when it comes to some things that, things that are falling and breaking and things that, all of that kind of thing. There is a very fine line, and so you as a brand manager have to be very cautious about how. Yes. It is probably even more so share. You'll get more shares off an inspirational picture, quote, etc. Than anything, but sometimes you can hit a home run with a funny that literally will just go bonkers. Yeah, don't be funny if you don't have a good filter. Ask your friends if you have a good filter. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So there are certain people who shouldn't try to be funny online because you're really going to piss people off. It's the only truth to it. So ask your friends if they will be honest with you and say, hey, when I'm funny, am I ever offensive? How often am I offensive when I'm funny? Is a good thing to know. Maybe you can adjust that, but some folks just really don't have that filter in order to be able to turn that on. It's a buzzing topic right now. People are worried and concerned. Yeah, things. Another way to add, the most important way to add likes is going to be consistent quality content. Consistency will always win out. If you go on a streak where you're hitting it all the time, regularly, you will get likes. It'll come. Unless you're an attorney or an accountant. Sorry. And that's all you post. So even as those guys, you can create the diversity of content that I'm a human being too, not just an accountant. You can create that kind of content that gets people, conversating with you, etc. Or, accountant, nobody wants to hear that. Or medical. Okay, I've heard all I want to hear from David at this point. Diversity. And again, this is Facebook we're talking about. This is not all social media. As you move over to LinkedIn, you want to talk about what you do. What do you do? What's important in your category? Talk about what's happening in your industry. Susan, did you have any other mobile questions specifically I could answer? Because again, that's a long class. Okay. Yes. Okay. I suggest always to use an app. And the reason being is then you're within the terms of service. Yes. So you'll stay within the terms of service if you use an app. Now, first 25 people in today to the shop gets a whatever. That's a drag them in the door thing. But if you're going to do something substantial in a giveaway that's really going to be big and robust, use one of the apps. And you can, again, just go into promotions. Yep. Yep. So within that, and this has changed the search. I haven't searched this in a while. But there are a lot of apps. I'm trying to think of the one that starts with an I. Yeah. Yeah. And I think Google actually bought them out, if I'm not mistaken. But there are multiple apps, and I typically go to Google to find those apps, a Facebook promotion app. That can be a great way to build likes, though. contests and yes, Sherry, Phil, you guys had a question. Yep, boost. Yep, I'm glad you asked that because we really need to cover that. It's very effective. In fact, we built into our marketing budget a boost. So I wouldn't want to do that one, but in case, let's say that I did want to boost this post. So let's look at what it's going to give me. So for 15 bucks, I'm going to get an additional 2,500 to 4,700 people to see that post. Now, for the most part, it's not going to be people who are already connected to the page. So it's going to give me reach outside of my already reached audience. So reach outside of my likes. And the other thing that it does is it builds likes back to the page. So people will see that content and they'll click it, engage with it, and like the page. So I suggest build in a budget into your marketing budget. And again, for 15 bucks, that's pretty cheap to reach 4,700 people. Depending on how much you pay. So if I click, 2,500 to 4,700, I can change that to a different budget amount. So I could change it to $5. I didn't mean to go $1. I was going to do $5. So for $5, it'll give me 1,100 to 2,100 people. No, you can go crazy. Yeah, you could do. Yeah, what they're doing is giving you a suggestion. You can change the dollar amount. So I put $100 in there, and that will reach 12,000 to 22,000 people. So if you're doing a big event and you're trying to get people to come to your, one of your on-site class kind of things, $100 might be cheap in advertising to do that. It depends on the size of your page. If you have 10,000 likes, it will suggest to start at like $50. But again, it's just a suggestion. You can completely change the reach, and it'll give you those estimates of how many people you're going to get. It's just random people on Facebook. Might not be your target audience is the concern there. The best way, if you're going to promote, so let's say you're doing that event, the most effective way would be create an ad off of that event and then go choose your demographic. Who's your, yeah. So within that, it's all right. I do not know what we're doing now. Post it on the page. Actually, if you'll post it, I don't want to talk to anybody right now. So right here, I'm just going to quickly do as if I'm creating an ad here. Will this let me get into demographics? No, it won't. Okay. That isn't where I wanted to go. Stop! Okay. I didn't give her the whole address. It's funny, that's the second person today to ask me that same question. I think I have an ad. So you can go right here, create an ad. So you can create an ad off of a variety of things. So you could create it off of a page. So I could come here and I could create an ad for Susan's jewelry page or somebody else's page that I administrate. You can create it off of applications. You can create it off of upcoming events. So I could come here and we're going to create an ad for Susan's jewelry page. Do I want to so it's giving me a framework. What do I want to do? Do I want to get more likes? Do I want to promote a page post? Or do I want to go into the advanced options, which might be promoting a website or something else? So you can come in here and you can put your ad. It tells you right here how many characters you have left for your headline and then your text. You can upload an image if you don't like the one that's already being provided for you. And you can keep it in sponsored stories or you can take it out of sponsored stories. And here's where it really begins to get important. So let's say I only wanted to be in Tucson. Okay, as you begin to refine, it tells you what your reach potential is going to be over here. Okay, and you can still change it. So let's say you launch this thing. You can go back and change it. I'm not getting any likes. Bump it up a little bit. I'm going to go Pima County and go further. You can define age. Can't go lower than 13, and then you can max the range. Say your target demographic is 35 to 50. You can put that in. You can only hit those folks. And then you come back down here and run my campaign continuously. I think I want to do this though. I want to come back and do advanced options. This is where, again, so I can choose an existing page post, a new ad about Susan's jewelry. Kind of gives you a snapshot as you build it right here on the right, what that ad's going to look like. And then stories about people liking your page. So I like taking that. I like to take that one off, unless I'm trying to get more likes. Because if I'm trying to get more likes, it would say, "Hey, your friend David has liked this page." Well, I want that because David's given me an endorsement at that point. I want people to see that. Advanced options, URL tags, demographics, show more targeting options. This is where it really, really gets cool because now I can begin to target, and I've done this with clients to where they're looking for a female only between this age and this age. We can begin to go, okay, they're crafters. Do you want to target people who are crafters? Yes or no? So you have this long list based on all of these, each one of those categories. So under business and technology, are they a computer programmer? Do they own their own computer? Personal finance, real estate, science, and technology. Are they a small business owner? Would that be important to know? If you're a B2B, it would be really important to know. Marana Chamber, others, us. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, keep in mind, if you are trying to convert and sell products, etc., in most cases, you're going to sell more products on a Google click ad than you will on a Facebook click ad. Pay for clicks, not impressions, unless you're getting likes. And just start small, and then creep up. Set your daily budget at the max you could afford to spend each day. And if you don't hit that, then go back and change your demographics and begin to adjust it before, so you can push that up. A lot of choices here. I mean, tons. You can ethnicity, events, family status. You could do single only, married only, whatever that may be. Are they a mobile user? That could be a really good demographic thing to know. So the power of the demographic tool in Facebook advertising is really, really good. If you really know the heart of your target audience, you can find demographics that will target them on Facebook. yeah, I'll let you explore paying for it. But you can pay for it. You're going to need to typically set up a PayPal account or a credit card account, and then they'll ding that once a week. Pay per click, not pay per impression, unless you're getting likes, and then you set a daily budget. Okay, I'm going to get 10,000 impressions, and it's going to cost me $5 a day. Any other questions? I got one more question. One more great Facebook question. You guys ran out? Yes. Yeah, I feel like I did something. You have a question? I did it so long ago, I'm going to have to go back and research it for you guys. Yep. Maybe we can find out right now. I cannot remember if it was on my desktop or on my photo syncing. Yep. So I'm going to grab that and go share it on our Facebook page. You're going to have to turn it on and turn it off. It's going to automatically do it unless you go turn it off. Yeah, so that's definitely a good consideration, is that, yeah, sync it to somewhere where you can turn it on and off, and you can do that on, so I'm going to put a description. Yeah. Depending on, again, how you use your tool, what works best for you. But those are probably the two best options. I really like PhotoBucket, but I end up actually using Dropbox more just because I'm more in the rhythm of using Dropbox. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah.